How are you? It's so nice to talk to you.
I know you too, Hunter. Congratulations on everything. We've loved you from the start. And nice work with the entrance at the at the Grammys, because they were promoting heavily on the TV, like, what's she going to wear? Or what's the Queen going to wear? And where'd you come up with the egg idea?
I was actually in Amsterdam, and I was on the tour bus driving to the next city, and I was thinking about the meaning of the song and the album, and I was also thinking about how much importance is always put on what I wear and all of those things, and I didn't want to sort of feed into that. So I put together a performance art piece that really sort of captures the vision of the music, as well as what I'm trying to say about birthing a new race within humanity. So I came in a vessel.
I know that it was a really hot day, that day of the Grammys. How long were you inside the egg for?
I was inside the egg for approximately, in that particular vessel, for about 3 hours that day. But it was a 3-day process of meditation that I did in several vessels that we had built.
Oh, well, it's just genius. Where do you go from there, or is that not something that you think of regularly? You just wear what you feel like, or is there a strategy or a team behind it?
No, I come up with all my creative ideas. I'm sure you guys all know by now that I'm a little bit crazy, so those ideas come from my Looney Tunes brain. But no, whenever I get nervous and I'll lose my creativity, something like the egg vessel just sort of creeps in and happens.
I love it. Now, Born This Way, I did hear that you wrote that in 5 minutes. Is that true? And where were you when you wrote this amazing song?
Well, not exactly 5 minutes. I was actually in Manchester, and I finished it in Liverpool. And I wrote the melody and the lyrics in about 10 minutes, and then I sort of began to morph and change it over the next year and a half with the production, because I co-produced the record as well, the entire album, but also the first single. Yes, initially the meat and potatoes of the song took me about 10 minutes, and then I worked on it for about a year and a half. So I guess it sort of evens itself out when you work on it for that long.
Yeah. Now, most 24-year-olds are out there getting wasted, living large, drinking with their friends, partying. Do you ever think, oh, I can't really do that, even though you've got a wonderful life? Is there any part of that sort of normal life that you miss?
Actually, I've sort of made a choice to keep my life pretty normal in that respect. It's funny, one of the songs on the album Born This Way is called Marry the Night, and it was originally going to be the first single. I wrote it after I wrote Born This Way, and I fell in love with it, but then I ultimately said, no, we have to put Born This Way out first because the message is so powerful. But Marry the Night is about how at some point about 2 years ago, I said to myself, okay, well, am I going to put my toe in Hollywood's pond and figure out if I want to live the glamorous life and sort of assimilate to the glamorous lifestyle? And I just really didn't want to do it, and I don't like Hollywood, and I don't like the whole scene, and I just said, I'm going to go home and I'm going to figure out how to be the first pop singer to ever live in the same neighborhood for the rest of their lives that they grew up in. So that's what I do. I still live where I always lived. I still hang out and drink whiskey at the same bars. I still go to the same hardware store, same grocery store, and it works really well for me. So it's great.
How cautious are you about what your fans and what the general public see you do? Because I know you're a big believer in image, and I'm pretty sure you once said that you hate it when you see these glamorous stars taking out the trash because it ruins that image. Do you not want your fans to see you do certain things?
Well, yeah, I suppose there's certain things I'm sure you wouldn't want your friends to see you do, or your boyfriend or your husband or whoever, but it's funny, as I become more and more confident as a woman, I realize, and also another theme within the album, is that I don't make any distinction between myself as Stephanie, which is my birth name, and myself, Gaga. It's just a nickname. I'm the same person through and through, artistically. So whoever my fans see is really who I am, and they've never complain to me about it, and if they do, I will certainly be listening and paying attention because I want them to be happy.
Right, and it wasn't that long ago that you one of your jobs was writing for other artists, and you did that very well. Were you always like, oh, this is what I'm going to do, or did you always know inside that one day it would be you singing those songs that you're writing, and it would be you up on the stage?
I guess I never really thought it wouldn't happen because I felt like it already was happening. Even now I don't have a sort of ultimate goal. My goal is just to continue to make music and continue to have integrity and stand by what I do. And I will never apologize for any creative choices that I make because that is sort of what Born This Way is all about, isn't it? It's being unapologetically strong and fierce about the kind of human being that you are. So no, I never really thought about it that way. I was really happy to be writing for other artists and really excited that people liked the music I was making.
Lady Gaga joins us this morning. The new single Born This Way is out now, and that album Born This Way, same name, it's out in May. Hang around. We are covering off the rumour mill with Gaga next.
Gaga, we're going to ask you a series of questions. These are rumours that have been out there, and we really want to clear things up just to get your side of the story. You can tell us whether it's lies or whether it's true. The first one is obviously the new perfume that you're releasing. Now, we did hear that it's going to smell of blood and semen. Is that true? Will it actually smell like that?
No. Well, let me explain. Actually, the perfume smells like an expensive hooker.
Okay.
But I did use, in terms of the process of creating the perfume, I wanted to extract sort of the feeling and the sense of blood and semen from molecular structures. So that's where that came from. And that is in the perfume, but doesn't smell like it. You just get that sort of the after feeling of sex from the semen, and then the blood is sort of primal, and it was taken out of my own blood sample. So it's like a sense of having me on your skin.
Fantastic. Very creative, very different. The next rumour is that when you changed your name to Lady Gaga, you famously told your friends, don't ever call me Stephanie again.
I did at first because I was so excited that I had sort of shed all my previous insecurities and was able to identify as someone new that was strong and confident. Yeah. But over the years, I really make no distinction between my birth name and my name Gaga because it's sort of like my artistic nickname. So,
right. Okay. At one stage, your dad thought you were mentally unstable.
Yeah, he did.
See, I think all our parents have thought that about us at one stage, right?
Yeah, he did. He still thinks I'm a little bit crazy, but that's okay. My dad loves me.
Your guilty pleasure is singing Taylor Swift songs.
I did really love that one song. What was it called? See, she has so many, I have to think about it. Oh, You Belong With Me. You Belong With Me. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yes.
My favorite.
Okay. Another rumour we keep hearing all the time is that you've got a boyfriend, you haven't got a boyfriend. You're engaged to your boyfriend, you're not engaged. Can you clear that up?
No, I'm on my own, but I have really, really strong friendships that I've had my whole life in New York, and that's really important to me, so that's great.
Okay.
I need to stay focused on my fans.
You've been invited to the royal wedding.
Not that I'm aware of. It is possible, but emails and things get sent and received all the time that I don't always get to read. So,
have you met any of the royals?
I haven't. Oh, yes, I have. I met the Queen.
Oh, you did? Oh, my God. Were you nervous?
I met the Queen. I performed for the Queen.
Do you sort of do you feel like you should pull back a bit when you meet the Queen? Because you're pretty out there, she's pretty conservative.
Well, I was covered head to toe, but I was wearing a latex Elizabethan-inspired dress, and right. I think she quite liked my performance. She said, "You have a very big piano."
Now, here's one. You drink whiskey and smoke weed when you write songs. Is this true?
Sometimes, yes, I do.
Good. Anything to make it go
At least I'm
around.
honest.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Drew.
Now, here's one that you are afraid of having a baby because if you think you do have a baby, it will ruin your creativity.
So I believe the quote was that sometimes I think people can steal my creativity from me through sex. So I'm always quite, I don't really, I'm not a sleep around kind of person.
Right.
No.
I like to keep my energy centered. But no, babies, I don't really know. I'm not ready to have a baby, so
No.
Maybe 10 years from now.
Yeah. And the last one, you bleached your hair blonde because you were constantly being mistaken for Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
Ah, it's true.
Really? I can't believe that.
Really? People
Yes,
thought
I
you
was.
looked
Well,
like
at first I was all the time, which is, it's not a bad thing. I mean, she's a lovely girl, very beautiful and talented, but, and now, I dye my hair blonde and I get mistaken for everybody else. So it's sort of what are you going to do?
I love it, blonde. I can't imagine you being any other hair colour. Lady Gaga, it's so good to talk to you again. Thanks for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you.
babe.
You
Talk
too.
soon.
You guys are so wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, we love you. Thanks. There she is. Born This Way, it's out right now. And the upcoming album, Born This Way, that's out in May. Lady Gaga this morning here.